everyone out there, YouTube. This is SCL0320 representing JVS.
What's up, everybody? This is Joe Johnson 030 representing that JVS. Y'all already know what it is. Reviewing. This is a spoiler review for the season finale of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. So this was episode name was Last Day on Earth. This was episode 16, the season finale. We're about to go into heavy spoilers right now. So if you have not seen the episode yet, take this, put it in your watch later. Go to our non-spoiler review. Maybe you can get more of that. Our non-spoiler review is named The First Reaction. I might actually just name it non-spoiler review this time because I don't want anybody to think this is the reaction. But spoilers. I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. To me, that's the highlight of all of this. Like, he shows up, I guess, the last 15 minutes of the episode, and he shows his tail.
Yes.
Like, he literally threatens them, has them down on their knees, and it's like everybody is just pouring down crying. Their emotion levels are on high. Rick can't say anything, and he's trying to assess how to keep everybody alive. The biggest thing that happened that might be a good thing and a bad thing for the episode in people's eyes is the cliffhanger. He decides to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If you know the freaking 100th episode, he picks Glenn. And he just beats the crap out of Glenn. And you literally get to see it in everything. And it's one of the most heinous and warped things I think I've ever seen in comics. They didn't show it, though. Like, they just show, like, the camera getting hit and, like, blood coming down. And I'm like, I feel like AMC kind of held back a lot.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I feel like
definitely over that regards. Oh, yeah.
What was your take on the very last 15 minutes? What was your feelings?
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just saying, I'm liking the Negan character, bro. I'm like, as far as like a villain, he's probably the best villain we've seen on the show.
Oh, by far.
I'm just like, holy crap. This dude is playing zero. Well, no. Dude is playing games.
He's playing with them.
He's playing with them, but
he just.
The dude is just like. The dude is a G, man. He's just like, he takes her stuff, and then it's like, he's like, oh, y'all know y'all messed up, right?
And y'all working for me.
Yeah, and then like recruits the dudes. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But I mean, at the end, you know what I'm saying? He does Lucille somebody.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just very dramatic, very violent. The guy is off his hinges, but I mean, if you're gonna live in that world, I think a lot of people are like that, pretty much crazy. So, I mean, this episode, my feelings towards this last part, I've never seen them do a scene in Walking Dead with this much like weight to it. Like as far as weight, I mean anxiety.
Yeah.
I've never seen them do in an episode or just that scene where it's just like, oh my gosh, or you felt that much fear and anxiety in one scene.
Yeah.
That's never happened up until this point.
I mean, the thing about this episode for me is that, and I'll go into this in more detail in spoiler review because we can't talk about so much, is the fact that this episode surrounds nothing but just anxiety. Like, literally, no, I'm saying, like, for them, they can't know but so much. Anyway, the fact is, for me, this is not an action-packed episode. No, this is emotionally driven. This is ethics and morale and hope being destroyed and ripped away while simultaneously having, like, other stuff happen at the same time. And as far as emotional level and as far as effect, this definitely was one of the most emotional episodes they've ever had. The problem I think that people are going to have is that this is not the action-packed moment that they thought they were going to have. This is not the gore fest that they thought it was going to have. I think people were looking out at this episode, if anything, knowing that somebody was going to die. I was even wrong. I thought that Maggie was going to die. I thought Daryl was definitely going to die. I didn't think he was going to die from the gunshot wound. I thought he was just going to get punished. But I do love Negan. I mean, the dude was awesome. What do you think about the Carol and Morgan situation? Because Morgan, he goes and tries to track Carol, finds her, bands her up. She just leaves, and then she gets put in the worst situation of her life because this dude obviously wants to kill her.
Yeah.
And Morgan compromised his one rule. What did you think about that?
I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but at the same time, the dialogue there is really good.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they're growing and bonding as, you know what I'm saying, as two characters. And, you know, from the jump, or from initially, they were like polar opposites in their philosophies on how to, you know, live in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see them kind of hitting like this middle ground.
Yeah.
Or this crossover, if you will.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I really enjoyed it. I think that I would have loved something a little bit more out of Morgan after he killed the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like, man, this broke me. But I mean, I think like Joe said while we were doing the reaction is that everything goes full circle, and that's literally what kind of took place with this. But I really enjoyed it. The only other thing that happened was in the episode, Enid and Carl have this interesting dialogue because Carl wants to protect Enid. I'm glad he did that because she would have been in a bad situation. Maggie is dying, basically. I still don't know what's going on with the complications of that. And then the other thing that we found out is that Abraham is like telling Sasha, like, do you want to have a kid? Do you want to make this work? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, now all that is put in jeopardy because we don't know what the dynamics of what's going to happen next.
Oh, everything's screwed now.
This is a bad day. I mean, somebody died.
Oh yeah. It's a terrible day.
Yeah, but I worry that the same exact thing that happened with like DC comic movie that recently came out, people's expectations were so high that they're gonna underrate the episode versus looking at it as this is a great quality emotional episode. Was it the best? That's the real question. What would you give this one if you had to give it a rating?
I would have to. I feel I'll give this episode an 8. I feel I gave it an 8 for being the finale. I feel like it's an 8 on the finale.
Yeah.
Definitely was interesting. Definitely intrigued me. But it wasn't like I'm left like, oh my god, like, you know, I wasn't left like that.
Well, I disagree. I was messed up, bro. Like the last 15 minutes episode, it really emotionally messed me up.
Yeah.
So I'm in between an 8.5 and a 9. I think I'm just gonna leave it at a 9. But either way, I really need to look at this Talking Dead because I want to get some clues about what's gonna go on. We better do our non-spoiler review right now.
Like if I knew who died, I would be like, you know, I'll probably give like a 9. But that's all the cliffhanger. Like, I feel unresolved.
Yeah, I think people are gonna feel they're gonna lower their rating for this because of the unresolvedness of the end of the episode. Unfortunately, we don't know who died. Definitely. But anyway, JVS, we ain't gonna stop. We're about to do this non-spoiler review right now. Peace, y'all.